Hi everybody and welcome to our English lesson. Now then, haven't we had a super day? We have, haven't we? Hey, Melvin's had a super day. What's happened this afternoon? Well, actually, what happened this morning, Melvin? Well, are you going to tell everybody?
Yeah, this morning it was the Great British Birdwatch. In fact, it's Great British Birdwatch Week. And this morning, me, Mrs Howarth and the children, we watched the BBC live lesson. And it was really good. And we knew loads of facts and information about birds.
We did, didn't we? We were really good already. They told us a few new things, but we knew loads already. And that was this morning, wasn't it? And then what's happened this afternoon?
Well, this afternoon was even more brilliant. This afternoon, we had a visit from zoolab. And zoolab came to show us loads and loads of really good animals. And there was lots, and there was quite a few. And I can't remember all of them, but there was a big, hairy tarantula.
Oh, a what?
A tarantula.
Ah, you mean a tarantula.
Oh, it's quite hard to say that,
It's a
isn't
tricky
it?
word, Melvin. Don't worry, Melvin, it was a tarantula.
Tarantula?
Yeah.
There we go. There was a tarantula and there was a big, what was the tarantula called? It was called Rosie.
Well done.
Yeah, and there was a big snake and the snake was called Hunter. And then there was a rat and the rat was called Beans.
Beans?
Yeah.
That's a funny name.
I know, Mrs Willis. And there was two more rats. And I don't know if it was their brothers or their sisters, but the other two rats was called, it's really funny, it was called Chips and Egg.
Are you pretending?
No, it was really called Chips and Egg.
Chips, egg and beans?
Yeah, it was. 3 rats as a family.
That's
Chips,
funny.
egg and beans. It's really funny.
And do you remember there was a big snail, Melvin? Do you remember that big snail?
Oh.
Yeah, it was a big snail. And what was the big snail called? Do you remember?
Yeah, the big snail was called Brian.
That's a funny name.
But he was massive.
It was
He
what?
was massive. Yeah,
That's a good
massive.
word for big.
And there was a stick insect as well, and there was a frog. But you know what? You've got to remember what the frog was called. It's a bit of a quiz. What the frog was called, and the presenter, she was brilliant.
Was she?
Yeah, she talked for ages and she was explaining everything really carefully, and we all understood everything, and it was really nice. And then what did she put on her head? What animal did she put on her head? Was it the rat? Did she put the rat beans on her head? I think she did.
She?
Yeah, and there was, it was just so good, and we all sat beautifully, and she was called, Mrs Willis, what was she called again?
Was she called? Did it begin with a J? Was she called?
Wasn't George, was it?
Not George, because that's a
No.
boy's name.
Oh.
Was she called Georgie? Georgie?
Yeah, she was called Georgie, and she was really nice, and she was the presenter, and she showed us all the animals.
So you had a really lovely afternoon, didn't you? You had the lesson in the morning from the BBC, and then you had the zoolab in the afternoon. And you've had such a busy day. Well, for our English lesson, what we're going to do is we're going to write a recount. And a recount, you've just actually given a verbal recount of what happened today.
Right, so a recount, you'd say what's happened that's already happened.
You do, yeah. You tell everybody what you did, who you saw, where you were, when it happened.
Mrs Howarth,
Yes, Melvin.
they're the question words that we did the other day. There was the question words, the who, what, where, why, when, how. They're all the question words, aren't they?
Yes, they are. And so we're going to use the question words to help us do some writing. So come and have a look over here. we have got our recount. I'm going to push myself over here. This is our recount, can you see? So we've got when it happened.
When did it happen? Thursday, the 28th of January.
That's right. And who was involved?
Zoolab and Georgie.
And what was it?
Well, it was a live Zoom lesson to see different animals.
And where was it?
Well, some of us were in school and some of us were at home.
That's right. And then you've got to think about these words. Now, these are sequential words. That sounds posh, doesn't it? Yeah. Sequential. What does sequential mean?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't think I know, Melvin.
No, it's really easy. It's just have a look at the words. There's first, then, next, and finally. So you can just think about the sequence of things and how they happened. Okay, so what's happened here with yourself? You got very excited, look.
Don't Mel.
He's turned his belt round. So you've got to think about what you put in first, then, next and finally. And you don't have to write about all the animals. You could just write about your favourites. So it might be, first we met Georgie, who was the presenter.
Yeah, she showed us all the animals.
Yeah, and then you could say what your favourite one was that came out. So then
she showed us Hunter, the big, massive snake. And he was huge.
Melvin?
Yeah.
Do you remember what kind of snake he was?
What
did he do?
What, when he was like, he got tighter and tighter and tighter. And it was a really big word.
Oh,
It was,
Not construction, that's when you make something.
no. Constrictor.
Well
He
done.
constricts things, which means he squeezes things dead tight. Yeah, he does. He squeezes things. And then you think about what comes next and what animal you'd like to write about. So you might say, next, they got beans out. Not for eating. No. Beans with a rat. Yeah, and you might say something about the rat. And then finally, you might want to say your favourite one. So you might say, finally, I liked, who else? I liked the stick insect best. Yeah, so you could tell us how you felt and if you enjoyed it and which bit you enjoyed the bestest. And it would make it eventually, when you put it all together, it makes a recount. So you're telling somebody about something that's happened in the past and all the different bits in the right order. So it's a recount, and that's what we want you to do. We want you to write a recount about Zoolab and about what you thought and the animals and maybe a fact about them, and just write about Zoolab and how your experience. All right, do you think you'll be able to do that? I think we should have a go. Do you, Melvin? Yeah, because we're really good at writing. We're getting better and better and better. And yeah, I think we'll have a go as well.
All right, okay, year one. So have a go, write your recount and send it to me and Melvin.
And tomorrow is Superhero Day!
Woo!
So don't forget Superhero Day. Okay.
Thanks, Melvin. Thanks, Mrs Howarth.